Hello, everyone. This is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for April 16th to the 22nd of 2023. So our quote for the week says, "These are important days of multiple energy bridges, gateways, and choice points." And by the time I get done with this forecast, you're going to know why I chose that quote. Because we have an eclipse, we have major energetic shifts, Mercury retrograde, so many things helping us make sure some crucial ingredients go into the mix before we birth things for real in the spring. So, deep breath. First, before we even get to activations, which would be the eclipse on the 19th, we have on the 18th, which is Tuesday, our monthly money pouring ritual with Yeye Louise Satish. You have to join her Patreon for $5 or more in order to be included. But we do have the instructions and your ritual ingredients and where to get them all in a discounted bundle. I'm so excited. This is evolving beautifully. We are changing lives, affecting people's prosperity in a positive way, because when Yeye does talk to us before and after the actual ritual, she's teaching us prosperity principles that are deeper and have a wider range of effect, basically touching all areas of life. We can upgrade. Jupiter is in Aries. We can upgrade our individual situations in a rare opportunity right now. And where two or more gather, right? The energy, the power, the potency is all increased 100-fold. So join us. We always have fun, but it is a sacred ceremony, which happens in a special time and space that will carry the energetic signature of what we co-create together. For that reason, there is no replay. Each month, we renew our dedication and connect with the energies available to co-create our health, wealth, and happiness. This is a growing community, and all are welcome. Not to mention your $5 contribution or more, if you can afford it, really goes into the hands of someone who is going to use it for the greater good of the whole community. Yeye does countless things and affects even bigger numbers of countless people across the globe just from the work that she's able to contribute to in various ways. And your contributions support that sacred work. Now, as long as we're talking about prosperity, Yeye and I are talking about teaching a 6-week class in June, July. So there's a link in here for you to add your name and email, because we're cooking up the formal invitation that will be going out right after the 18th money pouring ritual. So stay tuned for that. Put your name on that list if you want to be included for that invitation to an upcoming class. Now, on with the good stuff. Wednesday, April 19th, we have the first Aries new moon solar eclipse in a series of 6. It's going to be 6 altogether on the Aries-Libra axis. We are also facilitating the lunar flip, which I believe I talked about on the first Aries moon, because this is number 2 of 2. This year, we're getting 2 back-to-back Aries new moons. So this is a very special second chance at a new beginning. You are still initiating a new identity and purpose, but on a larger scale than annual. This initiates a new 10 and 20 year cycle around who you are and what you want for your individual self, as well as within the context of your primary relationships, partnerships, and collaborations. It is time to reflect on the following years and look at the evolution of your individual goals and aspirations, as well as who supported you, the way that you accomplished those goals, and how you expressed yourself along the way. Feel into how often you changed during those years, and it directly affected your interactions with others. Feel into how your home and work dynamics shifted or were shaken up too because of the rebirths and renewal happening within you, the individual. Reflect on the relationships that came and went during those years. Okay, deep breath. I'm linking here in as well my lunar tools and energetic support for this very special Aries lunation, and I encourage you to play with that PDF. So here are the years of Aries Libra eclipses. The last time we went through it was 2013 to 16, when it was a Libra North Node. Before that, 2004 to '06, Aries North Node. Before that, 1995-97, Libra North Node. Before that, 1986-87, Aries North Node. And then 1976-78, Libra North Node. So that's 3 full cycles. All ages can tap into these various cycles. And look at the years that had an Aries North Node where the focus was generally more on you, the individual. And look at those years of the Libra North Node when the focus may have been generally on your relationships and partnerships and what was going on there. A full North Node cycle includes one of each and runs almost 20 years and is referred to as the life path and direction. When it is happening in the sky like this, it affects the social and collective levels. If you have Aries, Libra, or Cancer, Capricorn nodes in your own chart, then these years will feel very personal for you. The rest of us should look to our Aries and Libra houses in our charts to know the area of life that is being activated by these eclipses. The initiation integration is happening for Aries, Libra, while Cancer, Capricorn departments have to evolve, develop, and grow out of comfort zone and into new territory. Eclipses facilitate great change and obvious upgrades when they roll through. Once you get the rhythm, they are easier to co-create with consciously and not be taken so off guard. Deep breath. As for the lunar flip, this is something that also only happens every 18 months and repeats every 18 years. It is related to our lunar rhythms and happens every time we have 2 back-to-back full or new moons in the same sign in one 28-day cycle. For the last 18 months, we have experienced the new moon preceding the full moon. With this rhythm, we plant seeds and walk by faith and usually come to the full moon, which lights up areas we were not aware of and causes some adjustments in order to allow our new moon intentions to flourish. Now, with these 2 Aries new moons, the rhythm is flipping to full moon preceding the new moon. Now, the full moon will light things up in a way that illuminates what needs to be cleared and released so that you can go forward and plant seeds on solid, clean, new ground. Ashe, deep breath. Mars in Cancer is mentioned here because it's relevant to the Aries, Libra, and Cancer, Capricorn family. They're all in the same family together. So while we're initiating and integrating in Aries, Libra, this forces the Cancer, Capricorn areas of life to grow out of comfort zone and into new territory, like I said. Mars has just reset its whole cycle by lingering in Gemini. And after any retrograde, we always pay special attention to where they go first. What is the first stop? Mars starting its new cycle and then moving into Cancer is an indication that we need to fortify or do some self-care in order to pursue our goals and desires going forward. Also, its first contact is with Saturn in Pisces, which is helping us really tune into heart, soul, and spirit to determine what reality and purpose we want to express going forward in this new time with the Mars new 2-year cycle of self-expression, along with new creative ideas, new opportunities, and expanded options. Deep breath. So I brought forward to repeat here an excerpt from when Mars did that, when it trined Saturn, which it just did less than 2 weeks ago on March 30th, for the third of 3 times. So Mars hooked up with Saturn September 28th, November 28th of 2022, and then its final hit was March 30th of 2023. So I said this is special because it is the first activation since Mars finished its time in Gemini and Saturn's first stop since it finished its time in Aquarius. And it's a trine, a blessing. Also, when any planet retrogrades, there are generally 3 hits. Outer planets can hit more than that. There is the first hit, which lets us know what is up for renewal. There's the second hit when the planet is retrograde, hopefully facilitating the corrections or clarifications necessary. And the final hit reveals what is available for the ultimate resolution and moving to the next level. So because 2 out of 3 were Gemini Aquarius air energy, which is mental, we have been making mental adjustments and changing our ideas and thoughts around our unique contribution so that we can go forward more empathic, psychic, and intuitive about our own choices and actions, as well as our definition of reality and our own true purpose. We have been tussling with ideas and how to work with them, who to collaborate with on them, and how to express ourselves in all new energies. But this final one is the water energy of Cancer Pisces, with both their first stops in new territory. Now we get down to how we feel about these ideas, projects, and relationships. Because of the Mars retrograde, which only happens every 2 years, to reset our individual energies and aspirations, we are calling in new desires, new actions, and new choices and decisions that are better suited to here and now. Who you are and what you want has had an upgrade. So how you channel these energies of Mars and Saturn is going to lay the foundation for what you build on and what you bring into form and make real going forward. Ooh, deep breath. That's why I had to repeat that. We all need to get that message again and remember what we've been doing for the last year or two. In this mental realm, even with Mercury, which we're about to get to, it's been on the cusp of air and earth. Ideas and the form or containers they come in, and how we are the creators and co-creators. Now, also to help us with the integration of this incredible new energy coming in for the first time in 10 and 20 years is Cinnamon Rose's full moon, new moon group energy sessions. They're so powerful, and to have an eclipse on top of it is even better. So I've included the link here to register for that. Nasa and I both will be there. Cinnamon is a Hawaiian native and a very clear ancestral channel and a priestess, a warrior lover in her own right. So if you're feeling called to the recalibration of your energy field, of your energy body, that's what she does. In real life, she's into fitness and kinesiology, and so she knows the body really well. But in the spirit and energy realm, she also knows how to help us rewire our own systems. And when she does the meditation or shamanic journey, not even sure what to call it, it's a little bit of a hybrid. We go in and we tend to our own beings in this way that she facilitates. Is so brilliant. So join us there when you can. Every 2 weeks, she's doing full moon or new moon. So if you miss this one, there's always next one. And there is a replay, and she has tools and resources and extra support to go with these downloads that she gives us that are channeled in the moment and usually pretty spot on. Now, here's our test for the week. On the 20th, which is Thursday, and it's Yay's 75th birthday, so woohoo, happy birthday, darling. You're definitely having a rebirth with a Sun squares Pluto. But the big deal about this is the fact that Sun is hitting 0 Taurus on the 20th, and Pluto has been leaning on 0 Aquarius. This is a challenge to grow out of your comfort zone and into new territory. That said, Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008. So twice a year for these 16 years, when the Sun is in Aries in spring and Libra in fall, we get an opportunity to grow and change in the fundamental departments of life, which would be self versus other and home versus work. In this case, and during these years, we are literally changing how we do all of this. Each year builds on the previous, and we are now 15 years into the 16-year process of transformation, which is an incredibly potent point in time and space. It is here that you have the most information to consciously work with as you prepare for the final year, and ultimately what you would like to get out of your conscious efforts and dedication. This week is special because of them being at 0 point of possibilities as they both dip a toe into new terrain. This is the Sun's annual rebirth day in Taurus, but Pluto hasn't been at 0 Aquarius in almost 250 years. Also, as stated above, this will now begin to shift the growth and evolution from April and October to May and November, when the Sun is in Taurus late spring or Scorpio late fall. It will shift from cardinal fundamentals to fixed values and resources. And every year for the next 20 years, we will get our adjustments, transformations, and purifications in those departments of life, the houses. This is just a sneak peek. So feel into how you've evolved as an individual and thus how your relationships have evolved. And then feel into how you want to live differently, more naturally and more in alignment with your soul self going forward. What changes and adjustments will you have to make in order to live this next level more embodied, present, and grounded in your own reality? Deep breath. Sun helps us clarify, and when working with Pluto, it is usually what is not working, what has run its course, and is ready to be composted into new life, new growth, and a new direction for self. Pluto is the purifier, distilling things back to their true and original essence. Fight that, and it can be painful. Work with it consciously, and it can be transformative, and will heal at the deepest root of any challenge. You can use this activation to honor that which has become obvious or is highlighted in the here and now, and purge or purify this energy. You are deeply supported for releasing old patterns and setting new conscious practices into action. Tie up any loose ends, close multiple chapters, mourn if you must, and move on. As you do that, you will feel lighter and brighter and more grounded in your true self, your evolved self. Okay, deep breath. Think of Pluto as that pressure that it takes to press coal into diamond, and then what kind of fiery explosion it takes to blast that diamond out of the earth. It's such a process that you've been through over the last 16 years in basic fundamental areas of life where you've grown in your character and in your purpose and in your choices. And so it's about to shift departments a little bit where the growth and evolution is going to happen in different areas of life. We don't get out of it. It just moves to a new area of life to polish up our shiny crystal of self in a new way, or to polish up another facet of our diamond so that we can shine a light from a different perspective. That's still 420 when I'm having my free community event monthly. Every month I get together with the community and we talk about a special alignment. So that's the night I will go deep into the Aries Libra eclipses. And we'll talk about those special years and we'll do some divinations and some kind of journey or meditation to anchor in the wisdom that will guide us through a series of 6 of these radical changes and upgrades. And it will be later than usual, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on that Thursday, April 20th, because 2 hours earlier at 7 Eastern, I have the Ancestral Healing Circle with Nasa Bawa, which I highly recommend for anyone looking to learn more about communing with the ancestors and doing your own personal soul work. Then the next day, on Friday the 21st, Mercury retrogrades in Taurus, and it goes direct on May 14th. So Mercury in Taurus activates our senses as our primary communicators. Mercury rules all the information that we take in, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So when we are processing that information through the Taurus lens, then we must engage our 6 senses in order to learn or discover truth. Your senses give you so much information, but with food and pharmaceuticals dulling them down, you may have to do a cleanse just to get them to function properly. Mercury in Taurus helps us to get very practical, activating our common sense. It is time to be very pragmatic by asking the value and worth of all that you engage in, all of which is up for renewal. We are additionally liberated by Uranus being there in Taurus too, helping release old crusty thinking that no longer applies in the here and now. We are activating our imaginations to help beautify our environment and cultivate creative solutions to our current challenges. It's time to connect with our body and physical well-being. Part of this will also be woven into the Mercury retrograde. Mercury will go direct in Taurus on May 14th, at which point you will be able to redream your vision and move forward on a completely new level. Last year, Mercury retrograded on the cusp of air and earth signs, which gave us a chance to recalibrate those ideas one more time before we began to create all new containers for them. This year, we have to get out of our heads and into our bodies more often in order to get the message or the wisdom. What makes you feel physically safe, secure, and protected? What gets your creative juices flowing? How has that changed over the last 5 years or so? There's quite a party going on in Taurus. North Node, life path and direction, is only there once in 20 years. Uranus, the liberator, is only there every 84 years. And tiny but powerful Juno, which rules how we do partnership, particularly intimacy, is only there every 4 years. I can't even do the math that would have them all at the council table together like this. So this is a rare opportunity to conceive a new vision of how you would like your current embodiment to go. What new direction could you go in that would lead to more beauty and personal security? How could you liberate yourself from some past oppressive consciousness that limits your experiences and release any lack of self-worth or self-value? What would you have to strip or release to improve your magnetic field so that you attract more love, health, and happiness? Think quality of life. This is the upgrade we're going for. Sometimes we got to change our minds so our ass can follow. April kicks off the upgrade. May, we review our individual needs and desires around personal security and creature comforts. And then June allows us to move forward with more clarity on which ideas will be worth our time, energy, resources, and efforts going forward. Deep breath. So, Mercury retrograde on Friday. Saturday is Ye-Ye's birthday book party. April 22nd, 7 p.m. Eastern is 4 p.m. Pacific. I have links in the blog for you to register. You have to register to get the Zoom link, even though it is free. But it's her birthday, so of course she's accepting donations, and I've included her wish list and her link tree, which has all kinds of other ways you can donate or support the community in some way. Also, we had a wonderful night with Nasa Bawa as my special guest on the Venus Circle. So I've uploaded that to my respective podcast and YouTube channels, and they're linked herein. And of course, April is the month of Eagle Medicine. And let me tell you, based on these activations, Eagle Medicine could not be more timely. So another subscription, only $25 a month. You can drop in or subscribe and get those tools every month to support yourself in reconnecting with your intuition and instincts. That's what we do in the Soul Sisters Circle. So that's it for our power-packed week. Our life-changing eclipses, Mercury, mind-changing. We're going to have lots of changes, y'all. Lots of upgrades to the system. So pace yourself, take your time, do your backups, check in on all your technology, try to schedule some downtime. The only time Mercury can really mess with us is if we're pushing the river during this retrograde period. And since it is in Taurus, it has more to do with our bodies and our food, sex, and money than any kind of technology or pushing for ideas and concepts. This is more literal, okay? And the better we can do at this aspect of getting grounded and organized, then the more creative and fiery and passionate we can be in the future, because our base is solid, because our structures are protective and our boundaries are flexible and breathable but super strong like hemp or bamboo, right? And absolutely make some time to get in nature. That's always the antidote for Taurus energy, in whatever department of your life where it shows up is where you need it the most. So in my life, it's the 6th house of every single day. I need real nature, real beauty, and if I'm lucky, some food, sex, and money too, on a daily basis. So look to your Taurus house to know where Mercury is going to rewire your thinking. I am developing all new routines, and I couldn't figure out why they wouldn't anchor before now. And I know now there's so many other things that had to get out of the way and so many other things that had to be put in place in order to start this new rhythm and routine that I'm calling in for my on-the-ground experience, day-to-day experience, right? So I invite you to cultivate that vision, activate that imagination, access your soul self, and ask for their input on what would make your life more rich and full and joyful, sensual, and natural, okay? Always natural. So that's it for energy and events for the week. Reach out if you need to. This is Kelly Beard of Karmic Tools, signing off. Have a fantastic week.